So for the second Ohio high school basketball film room, I have Josh Irwin of West Geauga. Josh just finished up his junior season with the Wolverines, and he averaged 22 points and 11 rebounds. I'm really excited to dive into the film room with you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Really appreciate it.
All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about with your game is your ability to stretch the floor with the three-point shot. And you kind of play the center position for West Geauga and also in AAU. I'm sure you're mostly playing the four at your size, standing at about 6'7". How important is it for you to just stretch the floor and be able to knock down these three-pointers?
I mean, it really helps. Whatever team I go on, when I can stretch the floor like that, it opens up the floor for the guards. Honestly, it opens up the floor for everyone.
So, Josh, you see on this play here, you come down a down screen and then kind of fade to the wing area and knock down this three-pointer. I don't see many guys at 6'7" making that sort of move with the basketball off ball and knocking down a shot from that range. Is that something that your coach try and design some plays like that? Because you really don't see 6'7" big guys coming off down screens to pop out on the wing.
Yeah, a lot of the last off season we were working on footwork and reading the screens to try to get me open because a lot of times I'm being face guarded and double teamed off the ball. And when my man goes to set a screen, he gets it and he tries to go over the top of it. And so I just faded a little bit, created some separation, and I got an open shot off of it.
Yeah, that was a nice read of you to fade away and create space because, like you mentioned, the defender did go above the screen trying to cut you off. So that was some nice off-ball movement by yourself. This next clip right here, you use a little bit of a side dribble after a pump fake and just let it fly. Are you more comfortable when you're dribbling with your right hand to pull up or with your left hand to pull up?
Right hand for sure. It's always a thing for me. I can use both hands really, really well, and dribbling off the right hand and putting it in my shooting pocket is just so much more comfortable with my right hand.
Yeah, that's what I kind of noticed watching you. That shot looked really smooth, and I wasn't surprised that you knocked it down. Despite that's an off movement three-pointer for like a guy your size. I'm gonna go back to that a couple times throughout this video, but that's just really impressive. Josh, another area of the court where you really do a lot of damage of is the mid-range game, whether that's on pick and pops or just fading to the outside. How important is this area of the court to you to kind of get shots within the flow of your offense?
Oh, really important because if I can nail this area, I can score inside and I can shoot the three. If I can get this mid-range area down, I'll be score from all three levels.
Yeah, and this next play is probably your most impressive mid-range move. You have the defender, you take him to the left, jump stop, spin, pivot, fadeaway jumper. That's really silky smooth. Break down this play for me.
So he's been playing me up the whole game. He was playing me really, really tight, and I knew if I shot fake or make any kind of jab step, he would go with it. And he did. It kind of gave him like a half shot fake, and I drove, and I saw two people right there. I didn't want to get a charge because I think I was in foul trouble already. And I stopped, and I turned around, and we've been working a lot on fadeaways the past off season, and yeah, I spun around and shot that fader, and it went right in. It created a lot of space off that move.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing. With the fadeaway jumper and especially the pivot, you had a lot of space and were easily able to pull up. Josh, you have a really nice left-handed shot, but there's no question when I watch you that you're better finishing with your right hand. So set the record straight for me. Are you actually a natural righty?
A natural righty in everything except for basketball.
Yeah, and I notice, like I said before, you do finish the ball better with your right hand. Just what's that like for you, knowing that you shoot jumpers lefty? A lot of people probably play you to take away that left hand, but you've got that right hand that you can go to finish.
Yeah, a lot of times, I'll have the ball, and a lot of coaches are yelling. I can hear them saying, "Make him go right, make him go right." And I'm thinking, make me go right. I'm a better dribbler and finisher with my right hand. So it's cool to have that. So I can use both hands really well.
Yeah, and I noticed here a couple little baby hooks with your right hand. You had mixed success on these shots in the 3 games that I watched. How comfortable are you going over that left shoulder with that right-handed hook shot?
Very, very comfortable, especially because I've gotten a little bit stronger too. I can use my body to create a lot of separation with it. And just a matter of reps this off season. I'll be really, really comfortable starting next season.
Really solidified me thinking that you are a natural righty. Break down this play because this finish is really high level off the spin move.
Yeah, again, if I'm hot during a game shooting wise, whenever I catch the ball at 3-point line, they're going to be chopping their feet. And if I make a jab step, or if I shot fake, they're going to go for it. And I make a little jab step to the right, and then I spun around, and there were 3 guys there, but I managed to get it off with my right hand, and I'm really comfortable with my right hand. So it was a good move, and it went in.
Yeah, that spin move really got you enough space. And you see number 14 on Perry. He tries staying straight up, but you kind of squeeze in between him and the defender. Give yourself that little window off the glass to finish there. That was my favorite finish of yours in the 3 games that I watched. So you mentioned before that a lot of times defenses don't really know that you're a righty. In a couple plays here, you catch the ball on the block with your left-handed. You kind of have trouble finishing. What is you trying to improve with your finishing in your left hand? What are some things that you're doing to try and get better in that aspect?
Honestly, I know I can get better. It's reps at this point. I just gotta rep my left hand. I just gotta rep the jump hooks out, and they're gonna start consistently falling during the game. And that's what my trainers told me, and we've been working on it for a long time now.
Josh, on this play here specifically, you're on the right block. You catch the ball and you do a nice little move, nice little hop step, and then going up with your left hand, it gets blocked. Just go through this play and where you kind of failed to create any space to lift off with your left hand.
So I knew he was very athletic, the guy who was guarding me, and he was really lengthy. I mean, he was probably like 6'7", really athletic. And see, I saw the help side coming, and when I took my second dribble, I think every single defender in the court's looking at me, and the one guard drops down to get me. And at this point, I thought I should have went up with my left hand hook, but I decided to come back around. And then the only reason why, well, he kind of blocked it because I faced up and my shoulders were directly facing towards him. What we've been working on was a lot of my right shoulder creates way more space and bumping him. And right there, I just faced up my shoulder, so he was able to block it really easily.
Yeah, that makes sense. You kind of give up your leverage when you face up towards the basket because you kind of were moving him when your back was to the basket with your right shoulder. And then right when you face up, you kind of lose that advantage, and he's able to just use his length and send that back. Josh, one of your skills as a big guy is your vision and your ability to find open teammates. Have you always been a skilled passer for your size and position, or is that something that you've kind of started to develop in the past couple seasons?
Yeah, I've always had a really good feel for the game in the half court, and just the last season, really, my full court passes and my outlet passes have been really, really good because I told my guards, like, I'm going to get the defensive rebound. Like, 1 or 2 you guys leak out, you guys will get 1 or 2 layups a game at least, and they have been. I was throwing a lot of outlet passes this year.
Josh, you averaged over 20 points a game this year. Teams are going to double you in these next 2 plays. You do a good job reading when the defender comes to double team you. How important has that transition to your game been when teams double you, finding that open teammate, and trusting your teammates to score the basketball?
I mean, it really helps a lot because my Coach Dvork, has really told me a lot. He goes, you're going to get double teamed a lot, sometimes even triple. Just give up the ball. You just got to trust your teammates and they'll make the right play. And I really did that a lot this year, passing out of the double teams. And a lot of times my teammates made really, really good plays with it.
Josh, in the league you play in, your team faces a lot of zone defenses. I really like these plays because you catch the ball in the high post against the zone and you're looking to pass the ball. That's a way to easily beat the zone, get the ball to the middle, and then have that middleman kick out. Is that something that coach kind of preached to you when you are going up against the zone?
Yeah, a lot of times in the zone that happens because the backside's open a lot because the first time we played these guys, they played the zone. We had a really hard time breaking it. And so coach put me in the middle of the zone to start off the game, and we told our guard to just simply cut back door because they only had one guy back there. And so he had to choose between the guy on the top and the guy on the bottom, and he kind of tried to split him, but that wasn't going to work. So I just threw it right towards him, and he scored.
Is that your first instinct when you catch to look opposite, knowing that the zone is collapsing on you and eyes are going to be on you in the middle as the team's leading scorer?
Yeah, whenever I catch the ball in the middle, I know there's at least going to be at least 2 guys on me, and the rest of them are probably going to be looking. So as long as they cut back door, we're going to get easy layups.
Gosh, you were one of the few players in the entire state averaging a double-double, grabbing over 11 boards a game. How important is rebounding for you as the biggest guy on your team?
I mean, it's really important because it helps us win. I I mean, you look at our wins, I'm getting 15, 16 rebounds, and look at our losses, I have 8 or 9. And my coach really is really told me that I need to hit the boards every single game. And when I do, we win. And when I start leaking out, trying to get easy baskets down at the offensive end, that's when we start to lose.
What are some keys to you to grabbing rebounds? Obviously, you have a lot of size. You're usually the biggest guy on the floor, but what are just some things you like to do to make yourself in position to grab some extra rebounds?
Well, honestly, it's just like the mindset of me wanting to get the ball and take it down the court, just and not letting the offense get the rebound.
Josh, on the defensive end of the floor, you're playing off ball a lot as a post player. A lot of times you show some pretty good anticipation getting into passing lanes, especially on this play when the dribble driver goes baseline and you really take away the passing angle that was there and get the easy steal.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, that's repetition of shell drill. Our coaches pounded the shell drill for us this year, all about defensive rotations, and I was the bottom guy who was supposed to take away the baseline, and he passed it right to me because I was right there.
Josh, on this next play, you kind of read the dribble handoff, get the easy steal, and then flash a little bit of your athleticism here. How confident were you in the point guard giving the ball up to the guy that you're guarding, number 4?
I was really confident. I mean, honestly, I knew it was going to happen because he did that the last 2 plays down, and I kind of sagged off to let him get it because I knew he wasn't going to hurt us from the volleyball line. But after he did that the second time, I was like, if he motions toward him again, I'm going to try to steal it. And he just backed the point guard down and chipped the ball right to him, and I was right there.
Yeah, that's you showing that you can find a pattern, because a lot of times these high school teams, they run some similar stuff and they like to do the same thing. So I like to see that you can read the game and then actually make an impact on the defensive end with that knowledge of the game. Your high school league, the CVC, isn't filled with a lot of forwards who can really hurt you on the perimeter, but we still have a couple of clips here of you defending on ball. When you're defending on ball, especially at the high school level, are you trying to back up and force the forwards that you're guarding to beat you from the outside? Because not many of them really can do it.
Yeah, a lot of the bigs in the league are quick and they can get by you, but a lot of them are not very good shooters. So I try to make them shoot, and if they try to go by me, I'm just going to wall up, put my hands up, and I know I'm stronger than a lot of them, so I'm just going to wall up, and they can't really get by me.
Josh, on these next 2 plays here, you kind of get caught trying to front a big guy and aren't really in great position to help out on the outside. Is that something that you occasionally find yourself doing? And what do you think you have to improve on when you're trying to front in post defense and also be a rim protector on help side when your guards get beat off the dribble?
When I'm fronting in the post like that, I mean, I kind of lose track of the ball because I don't want him to score. So honestly, I just got to see my man and see the ball too, because both of those plays I really didn't see the ball. I just was worried about my man instead.
Josh, on these next 2 plays, you kind of make weak gambles here and really just don't provide much resistance to the dribble drive in the paint. Just what do you kind of see on these 2 plays that allowed them to get easy looks at the basket?
I was just trying to gamble on both of these plays, and my coaches really stressed me not to gamble because we need a big body down there. And I gambled on both of them, and they ended up getting an easy bucket because I gambled. And we've pounded the film room for those defensive mistakes, and I've been trying not to gamble as much.
Josh, these next 2 plays, you really take advantage of a guy spinning right into you and using your length. You're not the most athletic guy, but you still get a couple blocked shots with just how tall and long you are on these plays. Go over these 2 plays on the defensive end.
Yeah, the first one, I mean, I was in help side. I was where I was supposed to be, and he spun it into me, and I just stripped it. But then, yeah, he got it back. And then second one, it was just I know he was going to try to go up with it. I knew he wasn't one of the best players on the court, and he was going to try to go with a little weak scoop shot, and I just blocked it.
And then you are inconsistent with getting on help side, but especially on this play here, you really read the drive well and take away his angle to the basket and force the turnover there. So it's not all the time where you are kind of late in help side. So there are some plays, especially where you do a good job here. And This is Bishop Thomas. I think you would agree Harvey's second best player and second leading scorer. Is that something that you know in the back of your head? All right, this is one of their go-to guys. I need to do a better job staying help side.
Yeah, especially in that situation. It's the start of the third quarter. I mean, they're down 14, and we went on a big run to end the half. And I knew he was going to try to come out and try to take over the game scoring wise. So we were really keyed on him.
And Josh, on these three plays, you really do a good job with the pick and roll defense. The first play, you kind of go under the screen, stay attached to your man, and you grab the rebound. And then on the next two plays, you play help side defense. You either hedge or switch off completely. I notice you do a good job communicating on the court when I watch you defensively. Our pick and roll is kind of a certain play type that you enjoy defending.
Yeah, because I communicate really well with my guard, and whatever I tell him, and he either goes under, or he chases him over top, and we defended the pick and roll really really well this season.
All right, so Josh, it was a pleasure having you to hop in the film room with me and kind of break down your game a little bit more. Obviously, you've got your senior year at West Geauga. Is there any goals that you have for yourself heading into your senior year?
Yeah, we want to win the conference. We want to get back to districts, and probably an 18-win season. That's the goal at this point.